Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back to The Ladder. In last episode, things were said that shouldn't have been said, but let's continue on and pretend like they weren't said. When the house is big, it's not surprising when the ceremony takes a few hours to finish. The sun's already high by the time we've gone through the last room. I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mom and Papa's teachings. But hearing every word Father Norman uttered as we went through the house has put me at ease. All of a sudden, the mansion doesn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there's an end to this. Or perhaps this is the end. We're all already dead, including Norman. Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion grounds. He has business in the village nearby, he says, a minute gesture to reach out to the members of their parish every once in a while. It reminds me of a distant memory, of helping hands, and a few kind smiles that helped my family pull through when times were tough. But before he leaves...
Isabella, a word before I go?
Yes?
Zachary hasn't been really forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand it wasn't his to share. But whatever burdens you, know that it's not a permanent fixture in your life. Besides, you have people to bear it with.
I don't think people need to bear this ghost with me. It's kind of a personal thing, maybe? I mean, that's something you want to share with other people unless you're kind of a dick. I bite back the harsh retorts before they come out, masking it with a smile as we wave the good priest off. His words, though meant to comfort, has only left a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I to do? A hand lays briefly on my shoulders, taking me out my thoughts before they take a sullen turn. Okay. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I turn to him.
Say, do you want to go somewhere?
Right now? Where to?
Anywhere in the city. I'll leave it up to you.
Oh, do I hang out with Zach or maybe some other time? Hold on. Okay, let's look at my branching tree. Okay, let's go all the way down here. Okay, so that's his choice. Okay, well, shit. I guess it's not a huge choice, considering it takes me to the same place. Keep forgetting you can't see my mouse, so this is awkward. But that little lock right there on the right, yeah, that one, exactly. But what would happen if I don't hang out with him? I'm sure if I hang out with him, like, the relationship bar will go up. But what would happen if I don't? Will I talk to someone else? But no one else is inviting me to go out anywhere, so sure, I'll hang out with you, bud.
It wouldn't hurt. I've got some stuff I need to buy.
There we go.
Groceries. And there's a shop I want to check.
Is it real food this time?
Let me guess. Rebecca?
She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles.
Think of it as a talent. Let's just go, Zach.
I smile, a real one this time, devoid of any unpleasant thoughts. Regardless of what happened between us these past few days, I don't want to think harshly of them. This isn't a grocery store. Zach and me had waited a nearby bench upon arriving prior to going off somewhere. He hasn't returned since, and it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely to my thoughts. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier, more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people leaning back on their picnic tables, picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch a whiff of the freshly trimmed grass. I'd gladly sleep on this bench if it wasn't for anyone. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running towards me, carrying a medium-sized box in one hand and casually waving the other at me. He's panting when he reaches my bench. Sweat drips profusely from his forehead, but there's a grin on his face.
Sorry, the line was really long. Really long.
You didn't have to run. Sit down first.
Nah, I'm good. Didn't want to make you wait for these.
I already know it's in the blue box before he opens it. What is it? Cinnamon rolls? All 6 of them topped with white cream cheese glaze. I got an achievement for that. That's the first time I've ever earned an achievement for seeing cinnamon rolls, and I will cherish that for the rest of my life. The very same one I bought after I sold my first property. after I met Zach, Ash, and Becca. Funny how such a small thing could trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it is. I don't say no to free food, but why is he getting me these now?
What for?
He leans on the empty space beside me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering.
An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day.
You don't have to buy me anything, Zach.
You were upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know?
Are you just saying that, or...
No, really. Rebecca told me. You know how she is. Ashton, too.
Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Ashhole instead.
He went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want.
He'll still tease me about it, even if it's Rebecca telling him to stop. Besides, I can handle him.
You always do. And yesterday, when you talked me through my little slump, I thought, hey, I want our old Isabella back. Are you still upset?
There are times when I wish Zach had been my big brother or Becca my older sister. Maybe life would have been a little easier then. Maybe Papa wouldn't have been as sick as he is. Maybe. Maybe I wouldn't be here alone. But then again, if they are what I wish them to be, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Ash too. Life back home is tough, but for all that, I wouldn't change it for one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I can depend on. 3 of them, in fact. When you think about it, when you compare the numbers to the odds of finding someone like them amidst the sea of nameless people, I'm lucky.
Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did. I can always count on you.
Just me? No Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that. I don't mind being the favorite, though.
Nope, no favorites. But you cook better than both of them, so that's a plus.
It's always been food with you, ain't it?
Don't put it like that! You're making me sound like a glutton.
I'm not saying you are, but it does feel good to know there's someone I can invite for food to be able to eat all of it.
Every time I hear the word glutton, I think of Dante's Inferno. Not the story or the anime, but just the game. I remember the boss fight. Anyway, besides the point. Continue.
Only that? I thought we were also art buddies.
Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out when you think about it. You do eat a lot for someone your, size.
Low blow. I take pride in my height.
So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you?
A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out, somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too. I should have brought something to thank him.
Oh, we could visit him anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones.
He isn't that old, is he?
Don't know. He doesn't tell. I think I might have seen his face somewhere before. I just couldn't recall when or where. Ash says he looks like his boss, or the bartender at the local pub if he squints. Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab again when he said that.
This time the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things may have not been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that has happened. We do end up sharing the cinnamon buns between us despite Zach's insisting that it's only for me, but the more food there is relief and contentment.
If you need anything, just ring, okay? Like when Ash annoys you too much. I'll help you with him, best friend or not.
No way. I can take him on.
Still an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know, and I'll back you up. My sister knows this one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, and I'll spill it.
I don't think that's necessary, but thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
He leaves me with a smile and a wave. Off to some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk. Becca, Ash, and I. Put petty arguments aside like the adults we all are. This, however, is a start, no matter how small it may be. I just hope I can keep them safe. A light wind blows again, sending the dried leaves swirling and the distinct smell of earth into the air. I'm out of breath. Jesus. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? We are in the park. I like this music, it's nice. I'm gonna take a sip of water while this black... Wait, no, I gotta click, I forgot. Motherfucker's doing it again. Yeah, that's right. You better fucking be there, Dots. The cat's name is... What the fuck? Baruthiel? Fuck, I need a sip of water. Sorry. The cat's name is Baruthiel. Yeah, sure. Or at least that's what his collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat in my opinion. But it speaks grace. Wait, where the fuck did we talking about a cat from? Why do we have a fucking collar? Am I missing some stuff from when it was like a black screen? Or did I accidentally skip over it because I clicked too many times? Regardless, we're talking about a fucking cat now. But it speaks grace, much like the one that carries it. It shows in the way that he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hand's every movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me after all. It's a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all these pieces at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now I'm suffering underneath this glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on the park bench and drenched in sweat in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I don't trust the cat. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back home they're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Don't say that out loud, because people will stare. Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mom used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company is bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or crosses my path or looks at me.
Where's your owner anyway?
I'm talking Isabella. He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar's for, isn't it? He bandaged his wrap on one of his paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course.
Wow, Isabella, in the last episode you just got on to someone for being racist, and now you're being racist, you fucker.
And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
Take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. Oh, that kind of scared me. As I'm about to put it in my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
Why does he seem so shy? He doesn't meow again as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece to my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sniffs it at once, twice before.
Baruthia!
Oh, I know that voice. It's her. Like a good, properly trained pet, Baruthiel responds as soon as he's... I should have known it by the stupid fucking name. That it was her pet. So I'm gonna check the branching tree real fast just to see how far along. Okay, that might actually be quite a while. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McCullough's hard to miss. What with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you? Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
You're being nice.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Baruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even ran away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Baruthiel's a she.
What kind of... What the... What? What? They give it a girl's name. I mean, Baruthiel. Not Baruthiel. Baruthiel. Make it feminine. How the fuck are people supposed to know? It's a cat. Can't tell. The pause in the conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely 2 people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Talk about her cat, talk about her job. Okay. Okay. let's save it here. Okay. Now, she's a very, I would say, sensitive woman, considering we mistake the gender of the cat and she seemed upset by it. Do we talk about her job or the cat? Well, that's why we saved. Let's talk about the job first.
I'm just curious about
Did it go up?
about your work.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
What about it?
Okay, she seems evil in her character portrait. I'm not saying she is evil, but with the fucking eye makeup she's got, she seems pretty evil. There's something guarded in her expression at the mention of work, but I pushed through with my question.
I just want to know how it is to work on a house like the Ermengarde Mansion. Is it hard?
I guess she wasn't expecting a question like that if the way her eyebrows shut up tells me something.
Because of its age? I wouldn't say it is. It is a challenge, considering the factors me and my team have sought out.
See, look at her face. Look at the fucking face. Look at the eye makeup. It looks evil. But the fucking, where she's got, look there, she's got a nice smile, and she's blushing. She seems nice, but she seems evil on the side. I'm conflicted in my feelings for this woman.
But it's a good project. A breath of fresh air from what I usually work on. And I have a good team.
That's nice.
Those original fittings, though. It might be old, but the architecture is magnificent. I'm sure you've seen the stained glass windows in the foyer. Oh, I can already think of so many things I could do with it.
Did you just, wait, is it foyer or foyer? I'm not like that. I don't know. What was the word I was looking for? I can't fucking remember. Distinguished? Yeah, that's a decent one to use.
But of course, my team will have to double check for necessary repairs here and there. That's probably for the best. It's easy to break some key elements with a rush restoration job, and who knows what other hidden issues there might be underneath. People can be so careless. I'm sorry, I spoke too much.
She's blushing on the left now. She's a nice lady. I'm sorry I called you mean looking.
No, it's okay. You seem to really love what you're doing.
It's not really like that. I'm just lucky to have found work in an interesting field. Anyway, Bruthiel's due for her visit to the vet. Nice talking to you, Miss Santos. I wish you luck with what you're planning to work on. It seems like a big project, too.
She gestures with her head towards the bags, the ones filled with stuff I recently bought from the art store.
It's a project for a friend, actually.
All the same, good luck.
I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she's forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde Mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion, the
letter. The same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCullough that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. Dots. She's not gonna believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hasten to pick up all the bags I've left on the bench and ran as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere. I won't be reminded of the house. Of her. Of my own cowardice. Okay, that's gonna be where I end this episode of The Letter. In the next episode, we are going to try to finish her story. Or her branching roots. I do not have much left, as you can see. I do not know why I am talking in this accent. I don't even know if it is French or redneck. Redneck French, maybe? Okay, anyways. Fuck, there's still fucking... God damn, there's 6 more fucking chapters! Oh, it's alright. It's alright. I can finish it. I can do it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.